Hello, this is Vaidya Priyanka. Come and join me on a journey of fabulous eating, cooking, experiments, spices, and all things absolutely delightful for you, your family, all your loved ones, with us on AUMcuisine. Hello, and it's time to make lunch. We're going to be making a wonderful 5-bean vegan chili, one of my favorites. This is just like so satisfying, wonderful any time of the year. It's just so nutritious. I'm going to be starting off with some avocado oil. It takes a lot of high temperature and it doesn't have too much of robust flavor coming through, and I just love it. It's awesome. So we're going to be starting with bay leaves. Very near where I live, like in Santa Cruz area, we have really nice bay leaves, and I'm going to be putting in some white onion. I know you guys would have always seen me cook with red onion, but white onion is the way to go for chili. Really, really nice. It has a mild flavor, and I love it to come to that almost translucent essence, which I really, really like when I make my chili. Every bit of spice counts when you're making your chili, so be very, very careful. So I'm going to be putting in some celery. I love the flavor of celery, and more than anything else, chili is something that I make quite often. It's a fabulous way to get your protein inside. It stays really well for up to 3 days. And of course, you know, the very famous ball jars. You can just put them through and they go so well by themselves, very hearty. And of course, with some bread now and again, you know. When that has warmed up right through, I then go ahead and add some garlic. About a teaspoon of really nice minced garlic. I then add some orange bell pepper. I choose 2 colors up to my preference. I love the bell pepper to soften up right through, so I add it right in the very beginning. And then some yellow bell pepper. With the exception of the green bell pepper, personally, I don't really see the difference in taste for the bell peppers, but they definitely give a lot of lovely character to the chili, and that's wonderful. And then I'm going to be adding in some carrots. You have to remember that children, when you camouflage, hide, or create more flavor, they will eat vegetables. Some adults are kind of picky as kids, you know, so it's really important to get people in your life to love their veggies. Super important. I'm going to be putting in some tomatoes right there. Wonderful. I do both kinds of tomatoes in my chili. I first like to put just cut up tomatoes just to give that type of flavor, which is kind of sour yet tart and also hearty. Very, very important to put that through. And then I'm going to be putting in some really nice crumbled fake meat. Okay, so it's called Smart Ground, really good. The name of the brand is Lightlife, and it's really nice. They've been in business since 1979, so it's been a while. I think they know how to really make some amazing stuff. Really good. So we're going to put that right through. So especially for people who are moving on to a vegan or a vegetarian lifestyle, this is a fabulous alternative for them. And for those people who have been vegetarian or vegan, this is a great source of protein. So everybody wins. So I'm going to be throwing in some really, really nice crushed tomatoes. It's beautiful. It's from Italy. Lovely brand. Very good stuff. Oh, just look at those colors. My goodness. And then I'm going to be adding beans. You can choose any beans that you like. how I really like my beans to be is that I soak them when they're raw ahead of time, about 8 hours, even 12 hours is great. I put in definitely some seaweed into it. You want to put in some seaweed because it tenderizes the beans and make sure that it has no flatulence. The type of seaweed that I like to use is kombu, and I don't like to use the bean water. A lot of people do use the bean water, but I don't. So I'm just going to be adding 5 lovely different kinds of beans. You can choose any type of beans that you want, but friends of mine, I have 2 wonderful friends called Susan and Crystal. They're these gardening girls, and they introduced us to Rancho Gordo, and my goodness, let me tell you, the kind of beans you get there, they're lovely. They have this lovely texture to them. They're all different flavors and such. Absolutely wonderful. So at this point, I'm going to start adding my spices. Okay, so I'm going to make a little dent in the center of my pan. I'm going to be adding some cayenne pepper. Then I will add some coriander powder. Then I would add some cumin powder. Then a small pinch of black pepper, not as much as the other spices. And some salt to taste. I'm going to allow the chili to get to know all of the spices because it's really becoming a chili right now. It's almost like a bunch of new kids getting to know their friends for the first time in the first year of college. So they're all just getting to know each other before the party begins. A lot of simmering, lots of fun. And I'm going to add some water to this and then allow it to cook. I normally allow it to cook for about 20 minutes. But it's a good idea to even keep it on low for about 2 hours. The longer it takes, the better, because the flavors get more and more infused and it's just delectable. So for now, I'm just going to allow it to do it for maybe about 20 minutes, right? It warms up really well as well. I'm going to add some water to this, put a lid on it, and then I'll see you guys right back for some plating. I've just added some water. I'm just going to allow it to simmer some more, but while it does that, I'm going to add some cilantro leaves. This is my twist. I just love it. I like the flavor of cilantro. I add it in everything. Sometimes as a garnish, and sometimes just as part of the stew as it's coming alive together. There is a variation. Sometimes I do add some quinoa if I think I need a bigger kick of protein, but it entirely depends onto you. The whole idea is that you want this chili to keep simmering. And I'm going to show you very soon how lovely it looks. So this is wonderful. Just beautiful. Simmering so delightfully. For the entire theme, I'm going to get a whole bunch of this lovely, delectable chili. Just look at that. Put all the veggies right in the bottom. Get some of the liquid going. Just absolutely beautiful. Sensational. And how I'd really like to go about doing this, I have some vegan cheese that I put like there right on top, and then put some jalapenos. Beautiful. Make sure you take those seeds of those little lovely things, and then I'm going to be putting in some avocado, and then just a squeeze of lime. Time for a taste test. That is one good chili, mama. You guys really need to have this level of bliss in your homes. Please get back to me and let me know how things went, and keep it simmering until you see me again in another episode. This is Priyanka.